Picture this, the grand entrance of Pergopolinices, a soldier who carries himself with an air of unmatchable bravado. His steps are heavy with the weight of his self-proclaimed victories, his eyes gleaming with the reflection of countless battles won. Every word he utters is a testament to his own glory, each tale more grandiose than the last. He paints himself a military hero, the likes of which the world has never seen. Close on his heels we meet Artotrogus, a servile flatterer who earns his keep by feeding Pergopolinices' ego. Artotrogus, along with other attendants, carry the soldier's shield, a symbol of his purported valor. They hang on to his every word, their expressions a mirror of his inflated self-image. But, as we will soon find out, the reality of Pergopolinices is far from his self-proclaimed heroism. Enter Palaestrio, a former servant, now a slave to Pergopolinices due to his attempt to warn his former master, Pleusicles. Palaestrio, once a loyal servant to the young Athenian Pleusicles, finds himself in an unfortunate predicament. His loyalty to Pleusicles led him to cross paths with the boastful soldier Pergopolinices. Attempting to warn his master about Pergopolinices' abduction of Pleusicles' beloved Philocomasium, Palaestrio was captured and enslaved. Pergopolinices, blinded by his own arrogance, parades around with Philocomasium, oblivious to the fact that she yearns for her true love, Pleusicles. And Palaestrio, despite his enslaved status, is determined to reunite the two lovers. In the heart of Ephesus, Palaestrio and Philocomasium are forced to live in Pergopolinices' house. From there, Palaestrio hatches a daring plan. He sends a letter to Pleusicles urging him to come and rescue his beloved. Pleusicles, upon receiving the letter, rushes to Ephesus and takes up residence with Periplectomenus, a neighbor of Pergopolinices. To further aid the lovers, Palaestrio creates a hole in the wall separating Pergopolinices and Periplectomenus' houses. This secret passageway allows Pleusicles and Philocomasium to see each other, a small solace in their otherwise dire situation. But as the saying goes, the course of true love never did run smooth. The lovers' secret rendezvous does not go unnoticed. A soldier in Pergopolinices' ranks spots them, throwing a wrench into Palaestrio's carefully laid plans. A twist of fate awaits as a soldier of Pergopolinices spots the secret lovers. The tale of Palaestrio and Philocomasium is far from over, with more twists and turns yet to come in this intricate dance of love, loyalty, and deception. As the plot thickens, Palaestrio concocts a cunning plan. The clever slave decides to spin a web of deception, introducing a new character into the narrative. He tells Pergopolinices about Philocomasium's supposed twin sister, who has just arrived in Ephesus with her lover and mother. But there is a catch. This twin sister is none other than Philocomasium herself, playing a dual role to fool the unsuspecting soldier. Now, let's delve a little deeper into this intricate plot. Palaestrio creates a small hole in the wall, a secret window for the two lovers, Pleusicles and Philocomasium, to see each other. This hole becomes the stage for the grand performance of Philocomasium, as she takes on the persona of her own twin sister. But here comes the twist. Celedrus, one of Pergopolinices' soldiers, sees the two lovers sharing a tender moment. This could jeopardize the whole plan. But Palaestrio is one step ahead. He decides to tell Pergopolinices that Philocomasium has a twin sister who has come to Ephesus with her lover and her mother, and they are staying with Periplectomenus, the neighbor. Philocomasium, playing along, tells Celedrus about a dream she had where her twin sister from Athens came to Ephesus. Skeptical Celedrus is not entirely convinced, but then Philocomasium pulls off a brilliant act. She goes into Pergopolinices' house, crosses through the hole, and comes out of Periplectomenus' door as her own twin sister Honoris. She chastises Celedrus for mistaking her for Philocomasium, claiming to be a free woman from Athens searching for her twin sister. This leaves Celedrus utterly confused. He suspects foul play, but decides to keep silent for the time being. With Celedrus confused and silent, Palaestrio devises another scheme to bring Pergopolinices down. The game of deception continues, and the plot thickens even more. The stage is set for the next act in this grand play of love, deception, and cunning. In a stroke of genius, Palaestrio presents a new plan involving a fake wife. The scheme is as intricate as it is audacious, hinging on the introduction of a woman capable of convincingly playing Periplectomenes' wife, who allegedly yearns to abandon her husband for the dashing Pergopolinices. Enter Acrotelutium, a woman of striking wit and charm, and her compliant slave, Milphidippa. They are the final pieces of this elaborate puzzle, the ones who will bring the plan to fruition. Acrotelutium, with her captivating presence, and Milphidippa, her dutiful accomplice, agree to partake in this ingenious plot, setting the stage for a grand deception. The plan unfolds with Palestrio approaching Pergopolinices, spinning tales of Periplectomenes' wife, her supposed dissatisfaction with her current situation, and her burning desire to meet the valiant soldier. He even presents Pergopolinices with a ring, a token from the disgruntled wife, further fueling the soldier's vanity and effectively baiting the trap. However, this leaves Pergopolinices in a quandary. What is he to do with his current love, Philocomasium? Palestrio, ever the cunning advisor, suggests a simple solution. Pergopolinices should bestow all of the gold he'd gifted Philocomasium upon the wife and send Philocomasium away, even offering to take Palestrio with her. Next, Acrotelutium makes her grand entrance. She meets with Pergopolinices, expressing her disdain for her husband and her longing to be with the soldier. She invites him to her home, cleverly implying that this house is now her dowry. The soldier, entranced by the promise of a new love and wealth, eagerly agrees, promising to join her shortly. In the midst of this chaos, Pleusocles returns, disguised as a sailor, to whisk away Palestrio and Philocomasium, ensuring their safety while leaving Pergopolinices none the wiser. Little does Pergopolinices know, he is about to walk right into Palestrio's trap. This soldier who prides himself on his cunning and bravery is unknowingly about to become the punchline of a grand joke, masterminded by the very man he trusts the most. In an unexpected turn of events, Pergopolinices finds himself in a predicament. Our boisterous soldier, under the influence of Palestrio's silver-tongued advice, is led to believe that Periplectomenes' wife, Acrotelutium, has taken a fancy to him. This presents a dilemma. What to do with Philocomasium, his current love interest? Well, Palestrio has a solution for that too. Pergopolinices, in his infinite wisdom, decides to part ways with Philocomasium, leaving her all the gold he'd given her. He even goes as far as to give up Palestrio. The soldier, blinded by his vanity, is completely unaware of the elaborate ruse being played on him. Enter Acrotelutium, the wife, who is supposedly repulsed by her husband and smitten by our soldier. She invites Pergopolinices to her house, promising him that it's now her dowry. The soldier, overjoyed at the prospect of a new conquest, asks her to wait for him at the house, but the plot thickens further. Just as Pergopolinices steps into the house, he is ambushed. The attackers aren't some rogue soldiers or bandits, but Periplectomenes and his cook, Cario. Our soldier, caught off guard, is left with no choice but to give them 200 drachmas to stop the assault. At this point, Silidrus, Pergopolinices' soldier, who had witnessed the lovers' meeting, enters the scene. He spills the beans and reveals the whole truth. The soldier, Pergopolinices, is shell-shocked. The realization that he has been duped washes over him. But here's what's surprising. He isn't upset. Perhaps he sees the humor in the situation, or perhaps he is too proud to admit his folly. Or maybe, just maybe, he understands that every story needs a villain, and in this tale, he played his part perfectly. As the truth unfolds, Pergopolinices realizes he has been fooled. But surprisingly, he isn't upset. After all, what is life without a little drama?